Why do some people seem to get rich so easily, while most spend their entire lives working hard and never achieve true financial freedom? You've probably met them, the ones who appear calm, confident, even when markets crash or the economy shakes. They're not panicking, not living paycheck to paycheck. They seem to know something others don't. And here's the truth: they do. The real wealthy, the ones who build lasting freedom, have one thing in common. They own something. They don't just work for money, their money works for them. While most people trade hours for income, the wealthy trade ownership for time. They own businesses, stocks, real estate, ideas, assets that generate money even when they're asleep. And that's the quiet, invisible difference between struggling for survival and living with freedom. Now, I'm not talking about billionaires or trust fund kids. I'm talking about people who learned the rules and applied them. Ordinary people who decided to stop renting their time and start building ownership. Because if you look closely, the system was never designed for you to get rich by working harder. It rewards those who own the system. And that's exactly what we're about to uncover together. I've spent years studying finance, investments, and the psychology of money. I've seen people transform their entire lives not by luck, but by learning to think like owners. And in this video, I'll reveal a framework that anyone, no matter your income, no matter where you're starting, can use to begin building real wealth. It's called the 20-10-60 system. This isn't another budgeting trick or get-rich-quick plan. It's the same simple system that the truly wealthy use, sometimes without even realizing it. And by the end of this video, you'll see how small, intentional actions can completely rewrite your financial story. Because the goal isn't just to make money, it's to make freedom. So, let's pull back the curtain and expose the illusion that keeps so many people stuck, and reveal how the wealthy quietly build empires while others keep running on the treadmill of survival. Let's be honest, most people aren't lazy. They work hard. They wake up early, commute for hours, chase deadlines, pay bills, and hope that one day things will finally get easier. But somehow, that day never comes. The raise disappears into higher expenses. The promotion brings more stress, not more freedom. And the dream of financial independence always feels one step further away. Why does that happen? Because the modern system trains us to be workers, not owners. From a young age, we're told, go to school, get good grades, find a safe job, work hard, save what's left. It sounds like a plan, until you realize that the rules of the game have changed. Inflation eats your savings. Debt grows faster than your income. And the cost of living rises every single year. You're running on a treadmill that speeds up while you get older and more tired. Meanwhile, those who own assets, stocks, businesses, real estate, intellectual property, are playing an entirely different game. They're not working harder, they're leveraging ownership. That's why someone with investments can see their wealth grow overnight, while another person working 12-hour shifts barely makes it through the month. It's not fair, but it's the truth. And here's the hardest part to accept. The system needs you to stay where you are. Your labor fuels it. Your spending sustains it. Your debt feeds it. Think about it. When you get paid, who gets paid next? The landlord, the bank, the car company, the credit card. Everyone gets a piece of your paycheck before you do. You're not just working for your boss, you're working for their investors. But here's the empowering part. Once you understand this, you can start to break free. Because while others are busy surviving the month, you can start building the foundation for freedom, even if you're starting small. It begins with a simple mindset shift. Stop asking, how can I make more money? Start asking, how can I make my money work for me? That's the difference between endless hustle and lasting freedom. And you don't need a huge income to start. You just need a structure, a plan that helps you take control of your money instead of letting it control you. That's where the 20-10-60 rule comes in. It's not a fantasy. It's not for the rich. It's a clear, practical system for building ownership, no matter your current situation. Because while most people spend their lives working for money, the truly wealthy understand that money is just a tool, a servant, not a master. And once you learn how to make that shift, your entire relationship with money changes. Now that you understand the trap, let's talk about the escape route. Here's the good news. Financial freedom isn't about luck, intelligence, or a massive paycheck. It's about using a system, a structure that tells your money where to go instead of wondering where it went. That's where the 20-10-60 rule comes in. It's simple, it's flexible, and it's powerful enough to completely shift your financial life. Here's the breakdown. 20% for growth. This portion is your future wealth. It's what you invest, not just save, to make your money multiply. 10% for security. This is your peace of mind. It's your emergency fund, your safety net, the buffer that keeps you calm when life happens. 60% for living essentials. This is your daily life. Rent, food, transportation, and everything that keeps you moving forward. And the remaining 10%? That's your joy fund, the guilt-free money you use to celebrate wins and enjoy life intentionally. This system works because it builds balance. You grow, you protect, and you live at the same time. You don't need to earn 6 figures to start. You just need to begin with one paycheck, one habit, one commitment to change. Because what separates the wealthy from everyone else isn't how much they earn. It's how they allocate what they earn. 1. The secret of the truly rich. Let's start with the biggest truth about wealth. Rich people don't trade time for money. They trade ownership for freedom. Every hour you sell for a paycheck dies the moment it's spent. But every dollar you invest in an asset keeps working, quietly, endlessly, and without asking for permission. That's the difference between linear effort and compound growth. And it's why the truly rich think long-term. They know that money is a seed. The poor spend it. The wealthy plant it. They water it with patience and let time do the heavy lifting. 2. The power of being an owner. Think about this. Every time you buy a product, you make someone else richer. When you pay rent, you're funding your landlord's investment. When you buy coffee daily, you're building Starbucks' empire, not yours. The rich flip the equation. They own the things others pay for. They own the businesses that sell, the real estate that rents, the shares that pay dividends. They create or invest in systems that generate income without their constant presence. Being an owner doesn't mean you need to run a company or have millions. It means building small pieces of ownership that grow. Shares, digital assets, side hustles, intellectual property, or even a skill that can scale. Ownership is freedom disguised as patience. 3. The 20% for growth, the power of compounding. Now let's unlock the first part of the 20-10-60 rule, the 20% for growth. Imagine 2 friends, Lucas and Peter. Both earn the same salary. Lucas starts investing $200 a month at age 25. Peter waits until 35 to start. Lucas invests for 10 years. Peter invests for 25 years straight. At 60, who has more money? Lucas does, by almost double. Why? Because of compound interest. Money grows exponentially over time. The earlier you start, the more time becomes your silent business partner. This is the get-rich-slowly truth that most people ignore. That 20% is sacred. It's the seed of ownership. It goes into assets, things that make money while you sleep. Here's how to use it wisely. 1. Start with simple investments, index funds, ETFs, or diversified mutual funds. 2. Increase your contribution as income grows. Every raise should feed your future, not your lifestyle. 3. Reinvest your profits. Don't pull out early. Let compounding do the magic. 4. Educate yourself. The more you understand, the less you'll fear markets. Even small amounts matter. The habit is more powerful than the sum. 4. The investment ladder, from safety to freedom. Think of investing like climbing a ladder. You don't start from the top. You build step by step. Step 1. Secure the foundation, emergency fund and debt control. Step 2. Bonds, stable, predictable growth. Bonds, treasury bills. Step 3. Variable income, stocks, REITs, ETFs, or dividend portfolios. Step 4. Alternative assets, crypto, startups, private lending, only with knowledge. Step 5. Business ownership. Your own system, brand, or scalable idea. Each step teaches discipline and risk control. You don't need to jump ahead. You just need to keep climbing. And as you climb, something beautiful happens. Your money starts producing more money. That's when you realize the rich aren't smarter. They're just earlier and more consistent. 5. Automating your wealth. Pay yourself. First, here's one of the most powerful habits you can ever build. Pay yourself first. Most people pay everyone else before themselves. Rent, bills, taxes, subscriptions. Then they try to save whatever's left. Spoiler, there's never anything left. The rich do the opposite. They treat investing like a bill, non-negotiable. The moment money hits their account, a fixed percentage automatically moves to investment. That's the secret to discipline. Automation. You can set it up with automatic transfers, recurring investments, or apps that round up spare change. When you make the process invisible, you remove emotion, and emotion is the enemy of consistency. Don't rely on willpower. Build systems that work even when you're tired, busy, or unmotivated. Because success isn't about intensity, it's about consistency. 6. The 10% for stability. Your emergency shield. Next comes the 10% for stability. Your emergency fund. This is the foundation of peace. It's what keeps you from panicking when the car breaks down or a job ends unexpectedly. Aim for at least 3 to 6 months of living expenses. Keep it in a high-yield savings account or a low-risk money market fund, somewhere liquid, not locked away. This isn't about making money, it's about buying calm. Because every time a crisis hits, and you don't need to use a credit card or take on new debt, you've just protected your future wealth. You can't build wealth if you're constantly putting out fires. The emergency fund keeps you in the game long enough to win. 7. The 60% for essentials, mastering lifestyle inflation. Now, let's talk about the biggest leak in your finances. The 60% for living essentials. This category covers rent, groceries, transport, utilities. The things you need. But here's the catch. Most people confuse needs with wants. Every time income increases, lifestyle expands. A bigger salary turns into a bigger apartment, a nicer car, more subscriptions. It feels like progress, but it's a trap called lifestyle inflation. The wealthy manage it differently. They don't chase every upgrade. They choose comfort with purpose. Here's how to control it. 1. Track your spending for 30 days. Awareness creates control. 2. Cut silent costs, unused subscriptions, impulsive delivery orders, random online shopping. 3. Negotiate fixed bills, internet, insurance, phone plans. 4. Set enjoyment limits. Define how much joy spending is healthy, not guilt-driven. Saving doesn't mean deprivation. It means direction. Every dollar you don't waste becomes a brick in your foundation of freedom. 8. System and mindset. Thinking like an owner. Wealth isn't just numbers, it's mental architecture. Owners think in terms of systems, not transactions. They ask, will this decision make me more independent or more dependent? When you train your brain to think this way, every purchase, every investment, every career move becomes a strategic decision, not a reaction. Here are a few mindset filters to practice. The leverage filter. Does this multiply my time, income, or impact? The ownership filter. Am I consuming or creating? The freedom filter. Will this bring me closer to or further from autonomy? Thinking like this turns your finances into a game of strategy, not survival. You stop being a player and start being the one who sets the rules. 9. The 10% for rewards. The Joy Fund. Finally, let's talk about something most financial gurus forget: joy. The last 10% is your joy fund. The money you use to live fully, to reward yourself intentionally, to celebrate progress. Why? Because money without joy becomes meaningless, and discipline without reward burns out fast. Use this fund for experiences, hobbies, small luxuries that make life rich in meaning. It's not about splurging, it's about alignment. When you treat yourself consciously, you strengthen your long-term discipline. Because freedom isn't about never spending, it's about spending on purpose. So now that you understand how the system works and how to break free from it, let's pause for a moment. Ask yourself, what does being rich really mean to me? Because here's the truth. Wealth isn't just about the number in your bank account. It's about how much control you have over your time, your choices, and your peace of mind. You can earn 6 figures and still be trapped. Trapped by bills, trapped by fear, trapped by the feeling that you can't stop working, or everything will collapse. And you can earn modestly yet live richly, because your time belongs to you, your stress is low, and your future feels secure. That's the real wealth the system doesn't teach you about. Freedom, time, purpose. True wealth is waking up without panic. It's having the power to say no. It's being able to help your family, travel when you choose, and spend time doing what matters most, without asking for permission. There's a line I love to repeat. Wealth isn't what you have, it's what you can choose. Every dollar you direct with intention moves you closer to that freedom. And every decision to stay in the same cycle keeps you chained to the system. That's why most people never escape. Not because they can't, but because they never decide to. They wait for the perfect time, the extra income, the right conditions. But freedom doesn't arrive. It's built, one small habit at a time. So maybe today's the day you make that decision. Not to be rich overnight, but to take ownership of your life, starting with how you manage your money. Because if you don't, someone else will always decide for you. Now that you understand the mindset, the system, and the path, it's time to act. Because information without action changes nothing. What truly transforms your life is implementation, even if it's just one small step today. Here's what I want you to do right now. Take a moment, look at your income, and apply the 20-10-60 rule to it. Ask yourself, what's 20% that I can start investing or using to build ownership? How can I save 10% to protect myself from life's surprises? What essentials truly deserve 60%? And what can I trim? You don't have to get it perfect. You just have to get it started. And I'd love to hear from you right now in the comments below. Which percentage of the 20-10-60 rule are you going to apply first? Will you start investing? Building your safety net? Cutting lifestyle waste? Your answer might inspire someone else to begin their journey too. And if this message spoke to you, if it opened your eyes or gave you hope, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications. This is your chance to take ownership, not just of your money, but of your future. Before we end, let's return to the question that started it all. Why do some people get rich while most never break free? It's not luck. It's not privilege. It's ownership. The truly wealthy don't depend on chance. They build systems. They understand that freedom isn't found in a paycheck. It's created through choices, habits, and discipline. They don't wait for the perfect moment. They create it. They don't dream about security. They design it. And now, so can you. Because you don't need to be born rich to change your life. You just need to decide, today, to be the owner of your future. Every investment you make, every habit you change, every dollar you redirect is a quiet rebellion against the system that wants you to stay trapped. And years from now, when you look back, you'll realize that your freedom didn't come from a lucky break. It came from the moment you chose to stop surviving and start building. So, take this message with you. You don't have to be rich to start, but you do have to start to be rich. This is your time, your journey, your system. The system of ownership, the system of freedom, the system of you. You're not just earning money anymore. You're earning back your life.